back to my channel. My name is Danielle and I'm the owner and creator of The Eighth Salt. It is my handmade small business where I make and sell scrunchies and hair accessory type products. Today's video, I'll be bringing you all along with me to my Sunday market today. Some background about the market: it's an indoor market and it's located in a converted tram depot. So it's really new, really urban and really modern. The building itself is for really nice restaurants and cafes, and there's a whole strip outside of the building as well with a whole bunch of cafes and a lot of seating area. So that's what it is mainly frequented for. There are also really small shops like a barber, a nail salon, a little grocer, a florist and things like that that are inside the venue as well. And then the market is held inside there and in the seating area of the venue. It's a really small market. It's one of the smallest market that I attend actually, and there's about 20 store holders, 20 vendors that are part of the market. And a lot of them are grocers, so it's a growers market. So a lot of them are growers or small bakeries that trade there, and we will be one of the very few retail vendors that are there that's part of the market anyway. So really looking forward to this one. I have traded there before, but only once, so it is still quite new for me. It was a very slow, quiet day last time, so we will see what it is like today. I also did mention in a few market vlogs prior and asked you all if you wanted me to give you some of my stats in terms of my sales and how much the booth fee costs and how much I make and what that all is. And I just want to mention that I asked you guys that and then uploaded that video and then uploaded a few videos after that without mentioning it. My videos are filmed a few weeks in advance, so by the time I uploaded that video I had already filmed about 3 other market vlogs before I got all your responses who were pretty keen on getting some stats and details on my markets. I will be doing that for you all today. I'm not too sure when though, hopefully soon. I have seen a lot of other market vlogs who do give out their stats and things, and they mention that they make 4 figures. I mean, that's not really realistic for me given my products and my price point. My products are in a low price point range. They're around $8 each. So for me to make 4 figures at a market is not really realistic. I'll tell you all now that much. So I'm just finding and trying to work out the right market to do that for you all. Hopefully soon though. We do have some seasonal markets coming up, especially leading up to Christmas. So I'm not sure if you guys want some stats on those or just on a regular market day. This market we will be trading at today is not one of my regular markets. It's a very, very small market. So I'm not sure if that's something you will be interested in terms of the stats. But I will be filming a market day vlog and giving you all my stats for those. I just need to find the right market to do that. So I just thought I'd get that mentioned because I did ask that in a few vlogs prior. And by the time I uploaded that and got all your positive responses to it, I had already filmed a number of vlogs. So all my vlogs are filmed a few weeks in advance, especially for these market vlogs because they do take a lot of time to edit. And as you have noticed, I am in a t-shirt. We are in full spring mode at the moment. We are in the middle of spring actually. It's the 15th of October. And my last vlog, well, my last market vlog that I uploaded, which was last week for you guys, was actually filmed at the beginning of September. So I have not been, I have taken a little break from markets since then. I have not been that well. Everything's fine, but I've just taken a little break from markets and we are getting back into the swing of things today. Keep in mind that this business is my full-time job. It's my full-time income. So we definitely need to get back to those markets and trading at those markets, and we will be doing that today. I am a little behind on vlogs and market vlogs for you all, but I trade 2 to 3 markets a week, so I'll be filming a lot of those for you just to get back on an early schedule for you all. So stay tuned for that. I was at a market yesterday on Saturday, but didn't end up filming it. But we will be getting back into that today and next week as well. So stay tuned for all of those. But because of that, we are in full spring mode here in Sydney, Australia. So I'm in a tea. It's scheduled to be about 29 degrees Celsius today, which is pretty hot. This is an indoor market, so it shouldn't affect us all that much. I am bringing a really thin jumper just there, just in case it's cold inside the venue. As I mentioned, I'm not familiar with the venue, so I don't know. So I'm just going to bring that jumper just in case it gets a little chilly in there. But I'm just in a basic white tee from Bonds, some jeans from Zara, and then my sneakers are Joe Mercer. So that is the fit for today, kind of chilled, kind of comfy. And I'm also going to bring my laptop, if you can see it there, with me just to get some work done, because when I was there last time it was super quiet. So I'll be bringing that with me just to get some work done. I'll probably just be editing reels and some TikToks and things. I've brought my AirPods with me as well, so I can do that. I am in a different spot too. I've been allocated a different spot to where I was last time. So I'm not too familiar with this venue, so I'm hoping there is a bit of room for me to set up my laptop and things. I'll probably end up just having it on my lap the whole day. I brought my mouse just in case, but we'll see when we get there. It might be a little awkward for me to set up my laptop and things, so yeah, we'll get there and check out the vibe and see if you know it suits and it works for me to set up my laptop, and if I can get some work done. But I'll bring it with me just in case. But the market starts at 9 a.m. and runs until 3 p.m. and the bump-in is at 8. So as this is an indoor market, we don't need to set up our gazebo, so yay. And they also provide us with tables as well, so I don't need to set up those as well, and I don't need to lug them into the venue as well. So that is super awesome. It should be a really quick setup. I probably won't even need the full hour, but we will be heading there at 8 anyway, just to skip any rush in the car park and all of that. So we will be heading downstairs now and making some tea to take with us. And I also prepped some lunch on Friday for both my markets, yesterday and today. And it's just a quick, simple salad, pasta salad. So I'll be grabbing that, and then we will be heading out to the market, and I will check back in with you all when we get there. after 9 and I've just finished setting up my stall. We did get here a little later than usual, so I aim to get here at 8 a.m. because the market did begin at 9, but we were a little late. I got here at after 8, about 10 or quarter past 8, because my maps took me around Sydney. I don't know where it took me, and it wasn't speaking the directions to me, so we got a little lost on the way here. And it did take us a little longer than usual. So the trip here is usually about 30-35 minutes for me from my home, but it took me way longer than that. It took me around 45 minutes. So we were a little late today, and our setup did take a little longer than usual. So it is a little after 9 at the moment, but it's still fine. It's still a bit quiet here for the morning. But there are some patrons about getting some morning coffee and pastries and things. But my setup did take me a little longer as well because of my middle board. My stall is just there. You can see that at the back of the board. And I'm just sitting down on the bench tables. That's part of the market. Well, it's actually part of the building and the seating area for the patrons. So I'll show you what that looks like later, but I do have a table right next to me which I can use to set up my laptop and pop that up, so that's really cool because I do need to get some video editing done today. So we will do that a little later on. I'm just going to chill for a bit. I'm pretty hungry, so I'm going to have my banana that I've packed and sip on some tea, which is here, but it is super hot at the moment. It is pretty hot today. It's nearly 30 degrees. That's Celsius. We are in Sydney, so it's definitely warming up. We are mid-spring at the moment, which is awesome. The last time I was here, we were in a full-on winter, and I was all rugged up and it was cold. So definitely gearing up for summer at the moment. But I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you all what my setup looks like. As I mentioned earlier, we don't need our tables here because the market does provide them for us, and we get allocated one table each, but they are really big tables and super wide. They're about probably a meter wide, maybe even more than a meter wide, so they fit all 2 of my scrunchy baskets side by side, so I'm able to fit all 4 of them. The only display pieces that I'm not able to fit on there are my 3 round scrunchy baskets and a couple of my other stand-up display pieces as well, but that's fine. I've put as much as I can on the table, and it's pretty much exactly just the same layout as I had on the first time I was here as well, so it looks pretty cute and pretty full. I did fill it up as much as I can. I did change my display layout a little bit for today. In some pieces, parts of it, which I will show you all as well. And I'll probably be keeping that for my displays going further because I think it looks a lot better. I'm able to display a lot more things on there, and I don't have to carry as many display pieces as well. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you all what my display looks like. But first, I'm gonna sit and chill because it was a bit of a hectic morning, and drink some of my tea and have my banana because a little bit hungry at the moment. But I will check back in with you all in a little bit and show you what my display looks like. So this is what my store is looking like. I've just finished setting it up. This board took me a really long time to set up. So this is a new layout for me. I usually have my keychains up there and then the makeup hair clips down here. So because I'm displaying the pink gingham collection, I've also added my mini baby bunny ears scrunchies on there as well. So this is a new layout for me, so it took me a little bit to get that organized, but it took me even longer in my last market. You would have seen that in my previous vlog, and I kind of forgot the layout and the position of the hooks a little bit, but we got there in the end. It just took me a lot longer than the other boards. And another change in my display is my hair claws. So I usually have a wooden board on the table which I display them on, but it's pretty small and doesn't fit all my hair claws, and I end up cramming them all on there at once and have them really close together. So I decided to get rid of that wooden board and just display them straight on the table. I think it looks a lot better. I can space them out a lot more, and I can fit way more hair claws on the table as well. And it takes up because I don't need to bring it and carry it in my container, there's a lot more room in the container, so I can fit more hair claws in there as well, because it kind of takes up a lot of room in my containers. So that is another update on my display, and I think it looks a lot better like this without the board. So we will be continuing to do that for our future markets as well. But this board, way too long, and I have run out. This is all I have left of the Pink Gingham collection. I've got 4 pieces. I was supposed to sew some up after last market, but I've just been so busy and I didn't get a chance to do that, so it's looking a little bare because of that, but that's okay. We will get to that really soon. But I've got my chiffons, my linen blends and satins on this end. They're the XLs. These are the regular versions in the baskets. And then I've just got my business cards here, because my market sign doesn't really fit on this table, so I have ditched that for today. And then over here I've got the kids board with the chulls, the fluffy furs, all the XLs, and then these 2 baskets have the regular scrunchies on. So this table is the one that was provided by the market itself, and it's super wide, so I can fit all of my 2 scrunchie boards sideways on here, which is pretty cool. My regular tables, I can't fit them this way, so that's what it's looking like now. The only thing I have missing is my round baskets and a few of my display pieces, because they don't fit on this table, but it's fine. I've put as much as I can on there and it's looking pretty cute, so I am happy with this layout, and it's almost exactly the same as I had it the last time I was here as well. But that is what it's looking like. At the moment, and I've made quite a few sales actually already, and I'm a lot more than I made here the last time I was here by this time as well, so that's a pretty good sign for today, and I'm hoping it continues throughout the day as well. I ended up making my first sale before the market even began. I was still actually setting up my store. I was on the 3rd scrunchie board and that I was setting up, and my table display was completely empty. I hadn't even gotten to arranging my hair claws or setting up my baskets or anything, and I had only put the hooks on the board, and I had already gotten a sale. That was way before the market started. That was around 8:40, 8:45, and the market began at 9, so that was super cool. I ended up selling one of my XL scrunchies on the satin board, which was already set up, and I had set up my makeup hair clipboards as well with the Inspired Pink Kingdom collection, and I was in the process of setting up the kids XL scrunchie board, so that was super cool. I sold one of my XLs even before the market started, and I've had quite a few sales since as well. And 2 of them or 3 of them bought quite a few in one transaction as well. So that's been pretty awesome for today. So far it's only 11, just after 11, maybe around 5 past 11. So still pretty early on the day. I'm still sipping on my tea, which is just there. It's really hot, so yeah, it's taking me a little while to drink it today, but I'm gonna set up my laptop and try and get some work done. I've got quite a few videos to edit, quite a few reels and TikToks I want to try and get through today and see if I can get them edited. And I'll show you all me setting that up and me getting some editing done on my laptop as well. I'm not sure, I'll show you guys in a second, but I did bring my usual camping chair with me, which I always use, but there's not that much space between my table and this patron eating table, so there's really not that much room for me to open that up and set it up. So I am just sitting on the patrons table at the moment, and they've got these swivel chairs that are attached to the table, which I'm just sitting on. So yeah, but I did bring my chair with me, but we won't need that today. I've been sitting on these chairs all morning, so that's been pretty cool. But I am gonna bring out my laptop and set that all up. Actually, I forgot to mention, I was hoping to film that early morning sale for you all while I was setting up, and I was like, awesome, but then I realized I needed my phone to make that transaction, so I had to take my phone off because I use my phone to film these videos, so I had to stop the video and take my phone off to make the transaction. So I don't think I got that first sale on film, but well. But now I'm gonna set up my laptop and get some video editing done. around 12:30 at the moment, and I'm so tired. I keep on yawning. I've yawned so many times already. I brought my tea with me, but I haven't finished it yet. I really need to drink that because I'm so tired. Ever since that day in the life video that I filmed a little while back, and I drank some coffee then, and then ever since then I've been drinking coffee a lot more regularly. I'm usually a tea drinker, but since then every few days I was swapping out my tea for a cup of coffee, and then every 2 days I was having a coffee, and then for the last few weeks it's been every day. So today I didn't have one, and I swapped it back out for my tea, which I drink regularly, and for some reason I am feeling it today. So yeah, but it is around 12:30. The sales have been pretty good. I mean, considering to the last time that I was here, I have already exceeded the sales that I had for the full day last time, and it's only around 12:30 at the moment. So that's been pretty good. My scrunchies have been my top seller, followed by my hair clothes as well. And a lot of people are buying quite a few scrunchies in one transaction, and a couple have bought quite a few scrunchies and some hair clothes in the one transaction as well. So that's been pretty good so far. And as I mentioned, it's only 12:30, so still only about half, or just over half way through the market. So we do have another 2.5 hours left until the end of the day, and it's already been better than the last time I was here. There's a lot more patrons about than last time, and there's also a lot more store holders here today as well. There's some behind me this way, which I can't swivel around to show you today. There is some store holders in front of me as well, and then but on the other side of the walkway, and there's also store holders running alongside me, like in line with me here as well, along the walkway as well, but across the other side. And there's also store holders up along the ramp, which you would have seen in the morning when I was walking down. There's a couple store holders along there as well. So there are a lot more store holders here today than there was last time, but it is a very small market, so only fits around 20 store holders. So it is a very, very small market, and it is a growers market as well. So they focus mainly on bakeries and things like that. So the retail here is a super, super small section of this really small market, but so far, I mean, so good. For a really small market, it's been not bad in terms of the sales. And yeah, better than last time as well. So that's always a plus, because it's really difficult to kind of gauge a market just visiting it once and trading there once. So it's always good to try it again, because you could just be there on a day where there's another event on, or the weather's not that great, or there's so many factors that can affect whether the market's good or not. So I definitely wanted to give it another go, so I'm pretty glad that I did. And so far it's been a success in comparison to the last time. But it is around 12:30 now, so I'm gonna grab some lunch. I did pack my pasta salad this morning, so I'm gonna eat that. And I also got quite a few reels and TikToks edited as well, actually, I forgot to mention. So I was pretty productive in that hour and a half since I last spoke to you all. I did some rough edits of quite a bunch of TikToks and reels, so that's been pretty good. I'll continue to do some more as well after lunch too. Very glad I bought that, and I was pretty lucky that I am seated, my stall's seated right next to the table, so I could prop it up, because it's pretty difficult to edit without a mouse, just using the trackpad on the laptop. So that worked out pretty well. But I'm gonna grab some lunch now and eat that, and then I'll be tidying up my stall as well, because it did get a little messy from the morning rush, and I will check back in with you all a little later on. 9:30 at the moment, and I've just finished lunch and I had the rest of my caffeine fix, which was the remainder of my tea, but definitely not that much caffeine, and I'm feeling a little flat today. But anyway, we might get a coffee later, probably not, I don't know, we'll see. But I did get some sales during lunch as well, which I'm not complaining about. That was pretty good. And people are buying quite a few items in one transaction, which is awesome. And definitely didn't have that last time. People were buying 1 or 2 items in one transaction. However, today they're getting 3, 4 items in the one transaction, which is awesome. And I have run low on bags as well. I've only got a few left because when people do buy a few items in one transaction, that is when I give them a bag. If they're only buying 1 item, I don't usually hand out the bags because do keep in mind my items are priced pretty low, so that is one thing I do in terms of costs, but we do need to stamp some bags, so I'll be bringing out my stamp. I brought it with me to my utilities box, so we'll be stamping a couple bags just to get us through the rest of the day, because there is a couple hours still left of the market. But there is also another store holder here who is selling handmade scrunchies and hair curls as well. It's part of the display. It's not the main thing they sell, but they do have some hair accessories products. They have a very large display actually. They have 2 tables today, so they have a lot of other products and a lot of mix of different products. And that's not really ideal for these much smaller markets when there's only about 20 store holders. Pretty good to have a mix of different store holders. I mean, every market you're going to have double ups of stores. That is to be expected. But yeah, my sales have still been pretty good anyway, especially compared to the last time I was here. There was no other store holders selling hair accessories, and I still did better today than I did then. So I mean, you just never know with these things. It still worked out pretty well. I've still made some pretty good sales. And her hair products is only a small part of her store anyway, whereas that's all I sell. I only sell hair products, but it hasn't really affected my sales that much anyway. But yeah, not ideal, but still fine for these smaller markets. But the lunch rush has just finished. I've actually just had a customer tell me that I'm talking way too fast, so I'm gonna slow that down for you all. But yeah, so this venue is frequented quite frequently for the cafes and the restaurants that are here, and it's usually visited for breakfast and brunch. So there's people grabbing a cup of coffee and pastries and a quick breakfast. So that whole morning period, that whole morning rush is now over. And there's just some patrons about as well. Now for the lunch rush, there are some restaurants down this end and across in front of me over there. My stall is just here right next to me. But yeah, so that morning rush has ended, but there are still some patrons about. And my sales have still been pretty good, but I need to tidy up my stall now because it has gotten messy since I tidied it up last. I have had a few people come past and had a browse, so I need to tidy up because they got a little messy. And we will also be stamping some bags as well to get us through to the rest of the afternoon, and then I'm going to get to some more editing and see how much I can get done with that in terms of getting some reels and TikToks edited and finalized, and then I will check back in with you all towards the end of the market, probably around 2:30, quarter to 3, closer to the end. The market does finish at 3, so I will check back in with you all. Okay, we really need to top up our Saturn scrunchie basket. Got one in the champagne, one in the silver, and only a couple in the other colors, one in the fog. So it's looking a little empty. We can see the bottom of the basket, which hasn't happened in a while, so we need to top this one up before our next market. I'm just going to fill in the gaps though, so it looks nice and full. 5 at the moment, so not long left till the end of the market. So I will be packing down my store pretty soon. Well, the whole market will be packing down pretty soon actually. But there are still some vendors about for a late lunch, grabbing a bite to eat, and sitting in the seating area, which is all along here. But it's definitely not as busy as the morning period, and my sales have reflected that as well, which is expected for this venue because the vibe of this venue is a early breakfast restaurant cafe sort of weekend vibe. That's what it's mainly frequented for. That was reflected in my sales as well when morning period was a lot busier with patrons and my sales were a lot higher in the morning than compared to the afternoon. So that was to be expected. That was the same with the last time I was here as well. However, I did make a lot more sales today in comparison to the first time I was here. However, when trading at markets, you do always want to make your time and your trading at that market worthwhile. Especially with handmade products, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into handmade and prepping for markets, and obviously the time it takes to get here and set it all up, and you obviously want to make your time worthwhile. However, we will be trading here again. I'm not too sure when, but we will be back here again before the end of the year. But as I mentioned, the sales did pick up, so I'm hoping the sales, since the last time I was here, so I'm hoping the sales do continue to pick up leading up to Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, I have also booked a couple Christmas season markets, one in November and one in early December, so stay tuned for those because I'll be bringing you all along for those as well. But I will be ending off the vlog here. Thank you all for coming along with me to my Sunday market today. I'm not sure how long this vlog will be, so I do hope I got enough footage and that you enjoyed the day with us here today. But I have a lot of market vlogs installed for you all, so stay tuned for all of that, and make sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you get a notification for when I upload those videos, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.